Now, what is the Caronda? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. And I'm 30. So maybe in another 30 years, I'll have a definitive answer on what exactly a Caronda is. But until now, I'm just going to give you a general description. I am a spiritual coach, numerologist, and intuitive. And this is my channel. Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share insights, information, things that I know, things that I wish I did, and myself, as I see fit to do so. I am a 30-year-old mother to two boys who will be 12 and 11 this year. I live in St. Paul, but I was born and raised in the north side of Minneapolis, the 612, but I also went to school in the Brooklyn Park, Brooklyn Center area, so also resonate with the 763 area code. I've lived all over the Twin Cities, and I even lived up north for a little bit in Cokato, in a foster home. But that was a long time ago. I've since gotten out of that system and into a whole different one that involves living off the government. But I am also getting out of that system. In many ways, I feel like the system was made to set people like me and amongst other things up. But that's a different conversation for a different day. Back to me talking about myself. I am a Gemini Cancer cusp baby, born June 17th. I have other, zodiacs within my chart. I have 3 water signs, 3 air signs, 4 fire signs, and 6 earth elements. So I think I'm pretty balanced in all aspects when it comes to my astrology. If you are familiar with human design, I am a manifester with a 4-6 profile and the right angle cross of Eden. If you don't know what any of that means, just go to Google, your best friend, right? And type in human design, and I'm sure you'll find something that will let you put in your birth date, time, and chart and figure that out. What human design did for me was help me discover, my authority, the best way to communicate with people, and as a manifester, which is one of the rarest types other than reflector, knowing when to inform people of the things that I do became very apparent in terms of my work history and of what I'm doing right now. All right. So as a numerologist, my life path is a 9, which also entails me needing to walk down the path of humanitarian work, right? Along with my life path being 9, my personality number is 11-2. 11 reduces down to a 2, of course. My soul urge is 6, and my destiny number is 8. Amongst other numbers, but those, of course, are your 4 core numbers that I think everybody should know. And again, I'll probably get into depth about that at a different point in time. Let's see. So, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, born and raised there. I know, shocking. I get it all the time. You know, Black people do live here, okay? And we are also from here. Regardless, it can be cold as well. But you know, we get every season here, sometimes all in one day, and it's lovely and beautiful, and way more diverse than what people give it credit for. So right now, I am a spiritual coach. I help people learn and understand who they are, and become their most authentic self. Now, if you can think back to when you were a baby, right? Before you got all these limiting belief systems on you, and people told you what to do and what to think and what to watch and what to eat and what to read and what to listen to. I want us all to get back to that, which as a Ho'oponopono practitioner, we call that getting back to zero, right? And this board behind me is a representation of zero. That is also what I call my board. Would you like to say hello, Zero? Okay. So that is zero. That is the no thing. That is wiping the slate completely clean and being you as God intended. The loving, peaceful thing that you are and was born to be. You see, you are a human being, not a human doing. There's nothing you have to do or should have to do to be a human. It's in the name. So, back to beingness is what I coach about. As an intuitive, I sometimes receive messages through my own claircognizance, which is clear inner knowing, and clairsentience, which is clear feeling. And I will use cards to help interpret a message, or just speak from channeled information that I feel important. In the numerology aspects, I create divine triangle blueprint charts as well as relationship compatibility charts for people, which is all shown on my website, mindovernumber.com. I think that's pretty much my background. Other than my work history, I was in the print industry for about 6-7 years. And I also worked on machines, worked at a call center. I also got certified as a Ho'oponopono practitioner, credit consulting, numerology, took some Reiki classes as well as NLP training. So I am a jack of many trades and master of one myself. At least I'm getting there anyway. I've done voiceover work, freelance work as a graphic designer. I did originally go to school for graphic design, and I've always wanted to be an artist ever since I was younger. If you knew me when I was a kid, I was constantly drawing pictures all the time and creating stories. And at this point, on our path to remembrance of who we are as souls having this human experience, I recall some things in my childhood that triggered other memories about myself. Um, Up until about 4 years ago, I went through a dark night of the soul. Discovered that I was on the twin flame journey, and was not fun. Dark night of the soul was never fun. You know, going through the deepest, darkest depression of your whole life is not an easy feat. Especially if you're not a person who drinks or does drugs or indulges in other urges. I like to call them lower level frequencies. But I got through it. Through me, myself, and the divine. And of course, my spiritual team who knew me before I knew me. Anyway, as I awoke to my spiritual self, I recalled certain things about my childhood and remembered who I am. I remember, coming to this earth 25 lifetimes ago, and like the Loki series teaches, if you're familiar with that, I remember the kind of God that I wanted to be. And an aspect of myself is known as the deity known as Set or Seth. The red energy should immediately give that away. But as I walk down this road of remembrance, I also remember other names that I've been given, and where the distortion of the truth originally started. See, many people used to think of Set as a god of love. People would write all the time, prayers and blessings of love and abundance. And well, when we all fall and lower our frequencies and get put into an incarnation loop and cycle of forgetting behind this veil, we lose ourselves. But on some level, I know I've always been who I say I am. Even as a child, I used to make stories of a character named Seth, and the last name I gave him was Destiny. Out of all the names. So I find it funny now, as I am now 30 years old, that I've been just giving myself hints and have been guided to be who I was meant to be, especially during the age of Aquarius, where everyone is getting called to remember and accept all aspects of ourselves, whether they are good or bad, positive or negative. They all serve the same purpose, which is to experience divinity in a human way. So, during that awakening, you become more aware that you are a multifaceted being, having multiple experiences on different planes and different realms of consciousness and awareness, and My nine-dimensional self is on a planet Eris somewhere in the Pleiades. At least that's where my soul originated from. So if you ever thought that Caronda was extraterrestrial, there's your confirmation. But we all came from the same one infinite source. So these are all just names and stories meant to help paint a picture that you are more divine, more godlike than you will ever know. God is never anything external from you. It is internal. It is the very core and essence of everything and nothing all at the same time. So, I don't want to make this too long, but I think that about covers a little bit about me and my background. If any of that resonated with you, great. If it doesn't, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, I love you.